So before we start the adventure, let's take a minute to rewind and I'll tell you how the story all began. On December 5th, 2014, I took a flight to join my good friend Simon in Kathmandu, where we would plan a social expedition trip to the most remote area of Nepal, Jumla district. The plan was to deliver medicines, winter hats, and a bunch of toys for Christmas to 500 kids who don't have access to what we consider basics here in Canada. We spent the first day exploring Nepal's capital and getting everything ready, as we would take a 12-hour bus ride in the evening to Nepalganj.
Right, I've never seen this plane in Nepal.
No. No, ça vaut 230 pièces, man.
This is Shushma and Simon. Shushma was our translator and Simon was the head of the expedition. Together, we would surprise the kids of a very isolated school in a small village of the middle west of the country and ultimately make interesting encounters that will shake up our perspective and inspire us to develop a sustainable way of helping these remote communities. We met this lady as we walked out of the airport and started to discuss. We asked her if she could tell us more about her story, so Shushma could translate it to us.
So her son dies and like her daughter-in-law she ran away. So she had two kids, two grandchilds, and she didn't have any land to cultivate, to crop. That's why her job is to like carry the things and like earn the money for the kids.
The ultimate goal of our expedition was to focus on the positive and the goods while sensibilizing ourselves to inequalities and large-scale economic issues. We've met with many people whose lives have been torn apart, and we should not consider normal that so many people still live above the poverty line and that the richest 20% of this world accounts for the 3/4 of the world income. By visiting one of the poorest areas on Earth, we could finally put a face on these people whose voices are most often silenced. On day 3 of the expedition, we ran out this old and badass jeep to get to the village where we would deliver all the goods. We left early that morning as we knew that they would be long and full of unexpected events that would probably slow us from getting there before dusk.
Nice to meet you, man. Safe travels. Thanks. Ciao. So it's been 2 minutes we've been driving in the Jeep, and well, we already have a flat tire. That was our only spare tire, so So we're at around 3,000 meters and the Jeep was late because there was so much trouble on the road. And then we were forced to trek in the dark.
So a few days passed since we left the school. We trekked in the mountains for 3 days, heading north until we reached Rara, a small town where it would be possible for us to fly out. Once we arrived, a blizzard hit and all the flights got cancelled. 2 or 3 days later, another blizzard hit and we were stuck in a situation where we didn't have any warmer clothes and we started to feel sick.
Higher, this fire.
Fire. Yeah. Good.
Okay.
After a couple of days of hopelessly waiting for the snow to melt, we came to the conclusion that we would be stuck here for a while. The tarmac had still at least 3 feet of snow on, and since there were no facilities to shovel the snow, we had to trek down to a nearby village lower in altitude so an helicopter could land and fly us out. I've learned during this trip that there is always 2 different roads. One is always safe, easy, and comfortable. The second one requires risk and hard work. But the second is the only one where character is truly tested, where you learn to challenge yourself and where possibilities may change into realities.